This is my manga collection. If you are obsessed with manga like I am, then please stick around. Maybe consider subscribing. I did say consider. Now, I really want to talk about my manga collection, but before we do that, I really just want to preface this by saying that I had my time reading manga in high school, loved it. Stopped reading manga. Wait, in high school, I didn't have enough money to buy manga, okay? I'm from a low socioeconomic household, couldn't afford manga, so I would read it digitally. Time passes, you know, I leave school, I have to start working, I forget almost about manga, I don't really have time for it, so I stop reading it pretty much altogether. Then another time comes around where I am obsessed with manga again, but I read it digitally. Still, not really a time in my life when I can be really affording to collect manga. I loved literature and novels. As you can see, I do still have my books, but then I stopped reading manga again because I got obsessed with just reading fantasy books, okay? But now I have come back around to my manga phase and it has stayed longer than it probably ever has, but I don't really have a massive collection. I just wanted to document this for myself as well, to know where I started and what I had, and then see where I'm at in maybe a year from now, and I really want to bring you guys along for that journey as well. Without further ado, without further yapping, let me show you what I have in my manga collection right now, 2024. What's the date? Today is September something. Tuesday the 10th of September. This is my manga collection, and at the end of this video as well, if you are intrigued on the type of manga that I want to add, what is on my buy list right now, I am going to have a little section at the end so you guys can be excited for me and see if I do collect them, and for future hauls as well, because I do have quite a list of manga that I do want to collect. So you guys can actually see that my bookshelf is it's built in and it is behind this couch here, so it is really hard to put a tripod. This is shelf number 1. At the top I just have normal books. Shelf number 2 I have some manga on the side, and then I have my DVDs from high school when I loved anime so much. I loved anime more than manga. It's definitely different now. I definitely love manga a lot more than I love watching anime. It's just more convenient for me and easier to access, I guess, as well. So this shelf right here, we are starting with Sailor Moon. We have Sailor Moon in the box set that Kodansha released. There are a few other different releases after this one's pretty Sailor Moon Guardian editions. I don't know, these are the ones that I have. I'm not sure if I actually want to keep continuing to collect Sailor Moon. This box set is beautiful and I really love the art, so it will be hard for me to get rid of this. And also the nostalgia. I grew up watching Sailor Moon and loving it, like that was my childhood. I just think it's not for me anymore. It's not my targeted demographic, so I don't know, it reads really young, but I still really like it. I don't really love episodic manga or the nature of episodic things, and that's definitely what Sailor Moon is, and it's not really, in my opinion, written very concisely. I do get confused and I go, what's happening? How did we end up here? So it's not my favorite. I don't know. I really want to have things that I absolutely love to pieces on my shelf and I adore more than anything else. So I really don't want to collect manga just for the sake of collecting it. I want it to be an extension of myself and what I love and what I enjoy. We will see if I do get the second box set, and there are 6 more, so there are 12 volumes all up, and then we have the prequel, sequel, Sailor V. I have 1 and 2 of this. I have never read these before, but I did pick them up quite a long time ago. Like I said at the start, when I was in high school, I did collect these. Next we have Hana Kimi. We have Hanakimi from volumes 1 to volume 18. I do believe this one finishes and is complete at volume 23. I picked these up secondhand. You cannot get the singles anymore. They are out of print, but I do know that they started to release, or they have released, all of the omnibuses of this. Also, Hanakimi is getting an anime, so if you really want to pick this up, now is your chance to do so. So it's not my favorite manga. I think it's a little bit slow and there's not as much character development and backstories and depth to the characters as I would really love. Hanakimi is about this girl, very similar to Ouran High School, so if you do like Ouran High School, this is definitely for you. It's about a girl. She is half, I believe, English and Japanese. She lives in America, but she decides to go to school in Japan because her favorite high jumper, her idol, is going to an all-boys school. So she decides to go to the same school as him just so she can see him. But before that, she has to, of course, it's an all-boys school, so she has to dress up and act like a boy. Is her absolute idol. But yeah, she ends up being in the same dorm as him and they share a room, and it's kind of just that and how she kind of tries to hide that she's a girl from everybody. Next to that, we have the Earl and the Fairy. I have 1 to 4 of these. I picked these up secondhand for like $5 at an op shop. Never read it, really need to pick it up. Don't know if I will keep it, but I did purchase them because I can never find manga, especially where I live, secondhand in an op shop for so cheap. I got all of these for like $5. Next to that is an oldie. We have Hot Gimmick. Very, I don't know if a lot of people like this series or not. I'm a bit iffy on it, but I still did really enjoy it. I just don't like the brother aspect of it. So I love these covers. They are so gorgeous. I love the spines as well. The covers just pop. It is so cool. So this one is complete as well. We have 1 to 12. Hot Gimmick is essentially just your normal shoujo and girl, almost kind of like a reverse harem. She has about like 4 guys that like her, and then it's essentially her just trying to work out her feelings, who she's going to choose, and you know, everyday school life. On the bottom shelf, I have my complete collection of Blackbird. This was one of my absolute favorite manga back in high school, which was what, like 10 years ago now. I have the complete collection, so I did collect them when they were coming out. I think my brother bought some volumes for me and then I just kept continuing to collect it. I will say that I would have loved to have gotten the box set of this because what is there, like an extra little like booklet or something, so I would have loved to have that. But as you can see, I have one faced out and I think this cover is amazing, but I will show you all of my favorite covers. I can't really remember what this is about. Yeah, I'm totally blanking on what it's about, but it is romance. You know, I don't know if they turn into birds. Do they turn into birds? I cannot remember. I don't know, but yeah, romance, lovey-dovey, cute. I wouldn't say like a fantasy, but it is based more in that feudal Japan era, so really like everybody's wearing kimonos and yukatas, and it's just the vibes, right? It's the feeling. Moving on to the shelf next to that one, we have more anime DVDs that I cannot part with. I also have like just a little manga book up there that I got for a birthday of a friend, and then I have my collection of Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal editions. I have collected 1 to 13. 12 is down the bottom here. 13 I need to replace. Somebody bought it for me and they didn't realize that all of the foiling had been rubbed off it, which is a really big problem with these editions. They are beautiful and they are stunning, but they get damaged so easily, and they also come damaged from warehouses and distributors. So make sure if you are ordering them that you are using a service that uses really good packaging, not Amazon. So the foiling on the spines can be rubbed off. Yeah, just like dents and dings in them. They should actually be covered with plastic, but you know, the distributors, the publishers really didn't want to focus on really keeping consumers happy with these editions, unlike the deluxe Berserk editions. I mean, you guys are so lucky, but yeah. I will show you guys the covers. These are stunning, beautiful. The pages inside are thick and white. The printing is lovely. I will show you guys all the covers so you guys can see them. But Fullmetal Alchemist is about two brothers. I absolutely love the anime. It's my favorite anime pretty much of all time. Love it so much. It is about two brothers. They are alchemists. They essentially try and bring their mother back to life, but that of course doesn't happen because you can't do that. So it's all about the trials and tribulations about these two brothers trying to essentially get their bodies back, because their bodies, or their body and some of their body parts, were taken from them because they tried to bring their mother back, which is, you can't do that, okay, because there's equivalent exchange. And I think equivalent exchange is something that everybody should live by. If you don't put in the effort, or if you want something, you are always going to have to give something in return, whether that's money, time, or commitment. On the bottom shelf, I have volume 12, of course, of Fullmetal Alchemist. And then I also have, let's go to the left, I have a Peach Girl illustration book. Peach Girl is my absolute favorite manga. One of my absolute favorite manga. Is definitely in my top 10. I love it so much. It's trashy. Is it really good? Not really, but I love it. I love the drama. I love how the main character is so resilient. It's also really different. I think it's cool. I can't get the manga because they're out of print. I'm hoping one day for a re-release. I know you can get them in the US and the UK, so I really envy you guys. I just want the manga so much. So hopefully one day somebody in Australia is getting rid of those ones. Also next to that I have just like a little Japanese fan book that I ordered from Japan. Japanese shipping, so cheap. Also the volumes are so cheap. I picked that up for like $20. Can I read Japanese? Not really. But can I translate it on my phone? Yes. Can I look at the pretty pictures? Yes. Next to that, I also have some really rare now volumes of the light novels. So these are the original works of Haruhi Suzumiya. We have all the volumes here of that series. I don't think they are in order, but yeah, they're really hard to get now. I collected these such a long time ago when I did actually have a little bit of money because I loved Haruhi Suzumiya. Do I really love the light novels? I mean, they're okay, but would I ever get rid of these? No. Then we have my collection of Kimi ni Toroke. Now, I had collected these a while ago from volumes 1 to 19. Recently, I started to collect more manga, so I have added to this. I really want to finish it. I've added 20 to 27. I don't have 26. I need to get 28, 29, and 30. And then this series will be completed, and I really want to binge it again because I didn't actually end up finishing it, like reading it all the way through. I just finished until volume 19. I do know that there is the spin-off series as well, Soulmates, and I really want to get to that and own those as well if I do enjoy them. But I really loved this series. I don't quite know. It was just cute. On top of that, we have An Incurable Case of Love. These ones are pretty new since when I started collecting manga again and reading them. I got these maybe 4 months ago. We have the complete collection. I love this manga so much. It's so funny and it's cute and just love it. It's about a nurse and a doctor. So this girl, this doctor helps her out in the streets one day, and then all she wants to do is be like him and meet him one day. So she decides to be a nurse so she can make this happen, so she can meet him one day and potentially work with him. But when she does end up working under him, she discovers that he isn't quite as nice as she first thought he was. He's actually a really big grump. But yeah, it's just their love story. It's so cute. I really recommend this. And yeah, that is my whole... Oh wait, I forgot that I also have Mao. I don't know how you pronounce that, up in the corner there. Never read them at all. I don't even know how I have them, but I have them. These are the covers. Yeah, I don't even know what this series is about. I couldn't even tell you what it's about. I don't intend to read them. Well, maybe one day, but I feel like it's not my genre or what I would really like. But yeah, I have those. That is my manga collection. Now, I know I said at the start of this video that I would let you know what manga that I'm going to try and add to my collection, so you guys can keep an eye out for future hauls as well. So the first one is Horimiya. Love it. Read it digitally. It is one of my favorites. The second one is Library Wars, another out of print series. So Library Wars is really hard to get as well, but I love Library Wars. Something different, something unique. Questionable one maybe. I don't really know if I'm going to pick this up anymore, but it is Love at 14. I read this. I enjoyed it. There are some questionable aspects in this, but I enjoyed it. Again, another one that is out of print, and these ones are so expensive. Oldies but goodies. I would really love to collect Aharu Ride, Strobe Edge, Love Me, Love Me Not. I also want to maybe collect. It's not my favorite from that mangaka, but I still really like that series. Maid Summer, I really want to own. Maybe Fruits Basket. I'm in the middle of reading that right now. I'm starting to really love it. At the start it was slow, but I'm starting to really like it. Potentially Shortcake Cake as well, because I really loved the middle and the ending of this from the same mangaka as A Sign of Affection. How could I forget Mars? One of my favorite mangas of all time now. Again, unfortunately, it is out of print. You cannot get it in Australia anywhere. I've probably come across like 2 really used and abused editions, like volumes 1 and 2, and the person wanted like $300 for those. No thank you. Like I was saying, Peach Girl, another out of print one that I just hoping, fingers crossed, one day that I will find for a reasonable price in good condition as well. Orange, did recently read this. I would love the box set because I want those postcards, and I love singles more than omnis, so if I was to pick this up, I would pick up the box set. This was a little bit questionable for me as well, but I did really like the setting. I like the characters somewhat. Maybe Orange. How could I forget Sand Chronicles? I've read Sand Chronicles digitally. It is amazing. It is such a deep and hard-hitting series, and one that I think everybody needs to read. But again, it's so beautiful. I love Sand Chronicles so much. I don't hear as many people talking about it as I think it should be. Like, people should be talking about this series all the time because it is amazing. It's beautiful. It's stunning. There is so much heartbreak in it, but also I love Sand Chronicles. Oh yeah, Say I Love You. I love this series. When I read it back in high school, I would really love to own it and collect it and reread it. It's not too hard to get, but it is quite expensive, so hoping that I can pick that up. Nobody on like MangaTube really talks about this series, but I loved it. I love the anime, and it's one that I hope I can have in my collection one day. I know that there are ones that I'm probably forgetting about, but let me know down in the comments what manga series you guys think I should be reading next, so I can potentially add it to my shelves. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that my collection is small, but I hope that you will stick with me and stay with me on this manga collecting journey. Please consider subscribing if you want to. I'm not going to force you, and liking this video because it does really help me out and it connects me with community, which I really love. I want to talk about manga with everybody and be connected with fellow manga lovers. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!